Welcome to Ozark Natural Science Center's virtual Campfire concert. At Ozark Natural Science Center, we connect people with nature by offering immersion experiences. We host school programs for local fifth graders, as well as other nature educational programs for children and adults. We also rent out our cabins, apartments, event center, and campsites so guests can enjoy our beautiful wilderness. We're located near Huntsville, Arkansas, and we are Arkansas's only residential overnight science center. We have 8 miles of hiking trails within Bear Hollow Natural Area, a natural heritage property, which in turn is tucked within Madison County Wilderness Area, managed by Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Join us on our website, ONSC.us, where you can find out about our virtual and on-site programs, how to support us, and how to become a member. Also, check out our social media, where you can attend virtual programs, learn more about the critters of Northwest Arkansas, and become part of our community. So now we invite you to sit back and enjoy music and stories from local musicians and storytellers who will share information about the Ozark Mountains and the people that lived on and used the land before us.
Out in the field where the corn grows tall, the sun burns hot and the hard rains fall.
My name's Kelly.
I'm Donna.
And this is
Hi.
Donna, and we are still on the hill. And absolutely thrilled to be a part of the Ozark Natural Science Center activities. It was something that we have been fans of for a long, long time, and we played here a number of times over the years. And this is just, and we haven't played anywhere in months, so this is really exciting for us. And we're going to start off with a song about, there's a lot of young people in the audience here. And so this is a song about summertime mischief. Y'all know anything about that? All right. This is a true story about some boys just a little older than you guys, and this is some trouble that they got into. A true story. They lived on the Buffalo River, which is not that far
But this
from
was
here.
like in the early
1900s, so more than 100 years ago.
Yeah, there was a bluff. And if you've ever canoed down the Buffalo River, you might canoe past a place called Bee Bluff. B-E-E Bluff. And this is the reason it's called Bee Bluff.
All right, here we go. In the early 1900s near Ponca, Arkansas, 2 young boys built a ladder over 80 feet tall. Slimmed it up against the bluff, climbed up to the crevice where the bees buzzed. Now bees have lived inside that cliff for many generations, and folks that came from miles around in great anticipation of filling up their buckets with wire honey. Burning rags with sulfur drove the bees away. With buckets in hand, folks returned the next day. But the crevice was so small that, lo and behold, there weren't no getting to that treasure trove. Now them boys are downright clever and they devised a plan. They brought along an auger and they drilled a hole by hand into solid rock, filled it with a stick of dynamite. Now carefully they lit the wick and prayed they'd make it down. That rickety old ladder brought them safely to the ground. Rocks started flying, and hung to the mountainside broke open. Golden honey poured down like rain, 400 pounds, I've heard folks say. But the bees are gone, they've flown away. But the name Bee Bluff remains today. The name Bee Bluff remains.
Low-tech PowerPoint for this one. Anybody know what kind of bird that is? It's a crow on a scarecrow, yeah. And so we have, in this song, I wrote it from the crow's perspective, so I'm pretending that I am a crow telling you my story. And I am going to play the jawbone of a mule.
The jawbone of a mule. Let's see that. Sure enough.
See his teeth? He didn't have very good dental hygiene. He should have flossed a little bit better. But this is an Ozark traditional instrument to make
Sometimes
percussion.
when we get hungry in the middle of the show, we can lick on that. Hold us over, you know. All right, here's the rest of this story. Of course, I'm playing the mandolin. You know why it's called a mandolin, right?
No, why?
Because it's not a woman, Olin. You're supposed to laugh after when I say that thing. That's your chance to laugh. All right, here we go. The man cut down my hickory tree,
laid waste this place where I was born, turned my woods into green fields with rows and rows of good sweet corn.
Don't get me wrong, I love the corn. I raid his fields most every morn.
'Cause I deserve
it, don't you know?
'Cause I'm a big old black-eyed crow.
The man he painted a hickory twig
to look just like a poison snake, hid it there among the corn to try to frighten us away.
If that's a snake, then I'm a swan. Me and my friends be moving on.
I hate that gullible, you know, 'cause I'm a big old black-eyed crow.
The man he stuffed overalls with hay.
He hung them high upon a stick, made it look just like Farmer Brown, hoping that it would do the trick.
But that straw hat on the scarecrow's head was a perfect perch for me instead.
They say you reap
Reap just what you sow.
I'm a big old black-eyed
Man grabbed his gun, fired around, scattered his crows, shot some down.
I wish that we could get along, share the corn and share a song. That ain't the way it seems to go, 'cause he's a man
And I'm a crow. One hot and humid August night, the old men went and slept outside. In the morning, they found him barely alive, flesh ripped right from his hide. It's a tragedy, this tale of woe, but Surely you've heard of a murder of crows? The Mancadero, my hickory tree, laid waste this place where I was born. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we love singing songs about Arkansas specifically, and even the Ozark Mountains. And this next one is another true story, and it's another story about mischief of young people, but actually I think they were teenagers. They were a little older than you guys, and this was not a good kind of mischief. Okay, but actually we're going to keep it a secret at first. This is about a true story that a lot of people in the world heard about.
We were playing in Switzerland years ago, and we heard about this in Switzerland. It happened in Beebe, Arkansas, on New Year's Eve, when thousands of red-winged blackbirds fell out of the sky. And I'm going to play my Arkansas on this. And this is a saw-whet owl, but it's not really because it looks more like a great horn, and Kelly needs to saw this off so that it'll look like a saw-whet owl.
Yeah, that's right. We're playing for an audience that actually knows the difference between a great horned owl and a saw-whet owl. So we got to watch ourselves.
I know.
This is a true story again, and it's kind of a sad story, but it's also interesting. At first, nobody had any idea why this had happened. You know, birds don't normally fall out of the sky, and nobody could figure out a good solution, a good explanation. So Donna wrote this song before anybody had any idea. Later on, it was learned. We found out why it happened.
So we'll tell you at the end.
At the end, we'll see if anybody knows. So.
It's called Blackbird. And don't try this at home. It's very sharp. It's a real saw.
2011, 2,000 blackbirds went to heaven. All those birds fell from the sky. Nobody seems to know the reason why. Some say fireworks scared them all. Some say lightning caused their fall. Some say it might have been Farmer Brown. They didn't like blackbirds hanging around. Government's up to no good. Some say it was toxic power flowing out of cell phone towers. Some say poison caused the death. We're still waiting for the test. What's this whole world coming to? Isn't there something we can do? Out of sight and out of mind, we close our eyes, act like we're blind. We will reap just what we sow. The world is fragile, don't you know? Blackbirds falling from the sky, canaries in the coal mine, blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Take your broken wings and fly.
Thank you. Did you all hear about that on the news? Do you remember that? Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a big
All right, so who knows what it was? We said the right answer in that song. It was mentioned. It was fireworks.
Fireworks.
And it was the teenagers were shooting bottle rockets into the woods for 6 hours, and those poor birds were in the middle of the night. They were panicked, and they were all trying to hover in the air for 6 hours.
Well, luckily, they didn't do that anymore. They learned their lesson, so yeah.
That's right. It doesn't happen anymore.
No. But we have a song that we're going to do. How many has anybody had a tick bite yet this year?
Oh my goodness.
Ah, everywhere. Our good friend Emily Cates wrote an amazing song about ticks.
Yeah.
If you can imagine.
And we need everybody's help on
We
this.
need your help.
So when Donna's going to tap on the jawbone,
Yeah.
and when she does, we're all going to go like this.
Tick, 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 tick. Come on. Do you feel your pulse quicken every time you hear the ticking of a clock? Do you feel something crawling up your leg beneath your trousers as you walk? Be quick, slap down, then pull out the piece of duct tape that you pressed against your skin and see what's left of your tiny little uninvited guest. Are you paranoid and fearful, looking angrily above you at the trees? Are you paranoid and fearful that you now expose yourself to Lyme disease? Do you get a strange sensation in your gut that camping out is for the birds? It is major spring vacation, a catastrophe too horrible for words.
Would you feel a little better to learn the lonely tick is on the cutting edge of research to help people who are sick? For it seems that tick saliva is packed with potent ingredients, organic painkillers, and anticoagulants, and even something called an angiogenesis inhibitor, which scientists believe could prevent the growth of tumors.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
Now you do.
No. Fleur de fleas. You can say what you will, but I still carry tweezers and a match. Every spring when the trees begin to bud and the ticks begin to hatch. Every year I prepare to endure a temporary state of shock. I'm reminded every time that I listen to the ticking of a clock.
Hey, good job, you guys. Thank you very, very much. Well, you know, Don and I just love birds. That's one of our hobbies is we like to watch birds. And, you know, but we're also very concerned, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well. The fact that you're watching this and you're part of the Ozark Natural Science Center's club, or whatever you would want to call it, membership, you know, I'm sure you like birds as well. And there's lots of birds that are kind of disappearing in the world.
Or just having a hard
Their
time.
numbers are dropping, and there's a lot of people very concerned about that.
And we asked Joe Neal, he's one of our main birders in the whole universe, and we asked him if he could tell us 4 birds, because we did a whole CD about the Buffalo River. And we said, could you tell us 4 birds that are just, the numbers are kind of having a hard time along the Buffalo River? And he said the Louisiana water thrush, Chuck-Will's widow, Cerulean warbler, and the wood thrush.
And all those birds are still along the Buffalo River, but they're getting fewer and fewer, and also harder to find elsewhere. You know, the buffalo is still a very natural place.
It's a great corridor for the birds.
It is. So, and we need your help once again.
Yep.
Donna's going to multitask on this.
I'm going to play the bells, and I'm going to show you some images that John James Audubon drew years ago that I turned into like PowerPoint. And I have these words that you have to sing. I have whoa, 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 and that means we're sad that the birds are having a hard time. And then we have whoa, and that means stop doing anything to hurt any wildlife. Okay.
So we're going to kind of rehearse. You're going to sing with me.
Yeah.
And Donna's going to. So we'll follow Donna.
Yeah.
Let's show them how it goes.
Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now all together.
And then always sing together on this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do it one more time.
Whoa. Oh, you people at home too, okay? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. By the way, that instrument I played a minute ago, that little tiny banjo, that was a banjo ukulele. And this is a regular ukulele. It's actually a tenor ukulele, just so in case you wondered. It's a very nice, very pretty little instrument. Very good if you're young and have small hands. Kind of gets good starting. That's how I got started.
Ukulele, ukulele.
When I was 9 years old, I got a ukulele and it got me going. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Louisiana water thrush bobbing his behind. Down around Eden Falls searching for a mayfly. If there ain't no mayflies there, what's he gonna eat? Louisiana water thrush ain't sticking around lest the rivers claim. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excellent job. Sound good.
Chuck Will's widow, you used to call your name. As the evening shadows fell on rustling river came, kinda like a silent spring since Chuck Will's been gone. River loved the lullaby he sang as night came on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, cerulean warbler, little one with feathers of sky blue. All along the buffalo, your numbers now are few. Every year you winter where shade tree coffee grows. If we cut the forest down, then heaven only knows. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The rivers running through our veins, the trees, they are our lungs. Everything depends on everything beneath the sun.
Let us not unravel the web of life that has been spun. Okay, so we're gonna do the last one, and it's about my favorite bird call, the wood thrush. And Kelly does the best impression of a wood thrush.
She thinks I do. But she doesn't realize there's people watching this that actually know what a wood thrush
Oh,
sounds
but you
like.
sound, but you know, the wood thrush has two vocal boxes, and he only has one, so he's
Yeah.
a little
It
disadvantaged.
doesn't seem fair to me.
No.
You know. But I'm going to try anyway. I'll give it a try. You know, it's a beautiful song. A lot of people, it's a favorite song of many people. And it kind of starts off low, and it cascades higher and higher and higher until, believe it or not, it goes clear out of our ability to hear. We can't, it's invisible to us, which is really a shame, because that's the part I mastered. And so, you know, the rest of it I'm not really too sure about.
Okay, do it, do it.
Something like this.
Wow!
Thank you.
Here's a picture.
Beautiful bird.
Wood thrush wakes the sleeping woods at the break of dawn. Never has there ever been a sweeter sounding song. But this spring he did not sing, he uttered not a word. Through the hills and hollers, all that could be heard.
Here we go.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa, whoa, Okay, big grand finale here. kind of in the historic district, and we've been hearing wood thrushes in our front yard. A whole bunch. That's just awesome.
It's been years since we've had that happen, and I'm
Right
so pleased.
right in town.
So,
Well, we have one more song.
We have one more song. You know, I really want to, there's lots more coming. Of course, there's lots more music coming. But I just wanted to thank everybody that's a part of this today. You know, I know that a lot of you are supporters of the Ozark Natural Science Center. It's such a great camp. You know, our son went there when he was young. He went twice, in fact. And he's 30 now.
Yeah, he
survived. So if you're wondering, you know, you can actually come here and still survive.
And we've performed here for years.
And he still remembers this as one of his fondest memories. Yeah. And it's just a wonderful place. And another thing I wanted to mention is that I hope you guys are spending lots of time outdoors in this time. You know, this very strange time of this virus when it feels we're all kind of feeling shut in. And then we might end up watching television or watching our phones or whatever we're doing. But, you know, the place that brings me sanity is to just simply go outside. And that's also the safest place to be. Yeah. And there's so many things you can do outside where you don't have to worry about the virus.
And you can learn about the trees and the birds and the plants and all kinds of cool stuff. Really awesome.
And I bet you already are.
So we need your help one last time. This is our favorite bird. It's the yellow-billed cuckoo. We just love. Can you do the sound of the yellow-billed cuckoo?
I can do. I can do. That's another. It's a bird that only lives here in the summer, just like the wood thrush. And but its sound is very easy to catch. I mean, it sounds like no other bird. It sounds a little bit like a squirrel. And it goes like this.
I think everybody try it. Everybody try it. Sounds like a flock of cuckoos to me.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so we need your help one more time.
This is an old. By the way, this is an old traditional song that would have been played in the Ozarks even 150 years ago, and it's a wonderful old song about the cuckoo. And our cuckoo, by the way, is called the yellow-billed. Did you say that?
Yep.
Yeah, the yellow-billed cuckoo. But we do need your help one more time. You kind of already know the part. It's very much like the last song.
Kind of whoa.
We just need no words. You just need to.
You just hum.
Like this. And then all together. After this, it's Tater, Maters, and Squash coming after us, so hang in there. Lots of good music to come. 1, 2, 3, 4! Wanna build me a log cabin on a mountain so high, so I can see the cuckoo every time she flies by. Well, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. Don't I wish she was mine? She never drank water. She always drank wine. Well, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. She warbles as she flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 4th of July.
The Ozark Natural Science Center has been operating in Bear Hollow since 1991, but we weren't the first ones to step foot out here. So let's rewind the clock and take a look back at the history of the place that we now call the Ozark Natural Science Center. Archaeological evidence indicates that humans first arrived in the Ozarks about 15,000 years ago, close to the end of the last ice age. At that time, the Earth's climate was much different than it is today. The Ozarks were much colder and wetter, and the hills were covered with species of spruce and pines that today are normally found much further to the north. However, the first humans to visit this region did not stay in one place. Instead, they moved throughout the Ozarks, pursuing large game animals such as mastodons and smaller game such as antelope and squirrels. Over the following 2,000 years, the climate became warmer and drier, and felt much closer to what we experience here today. The large Ice Age animals became extinct, and the spruce and pine trees gave way to the oak hickory forest that we see here today. These changes led to a new way of life for prehistoric humans in the Ozarks, as their diet began to include more plants, nuts, berries, small game, and fish. Over the centuries that followed, different tribes called the Ozarks home, including the Caddo, the Quapaw, and the Osage. The Osage were semi-nomadic with a lifestyle based on a combination of gardening, hunting, and foraging. In fact, throughout the 1700s, a large tract of land that includes what is now northwest Arkansas was used by the Osage as their hunting grounds. They hunted bison, deer, elk, bear, and smaller game, gathered wild plants for food, and had gardens of corn, bean, squash, and pumpkins. By the early 20th century, a man by the name of James Martin was homesteading in Bear Hollow, living in a log house that he built for himself. This log house was later occupied by Marion and Kate Rookard, who purchased the property from Kate's brother Clarence Sutherland in 1914. The Rookards raised cattle and sheep on the property. In a field east of the log house, Mr. Rookard grew turnips that he fed to cows in the wintertime. The family had a vegetable garden across the spring branch from the house. Kate also taught at the Rock House School. Later, in the late 1930s, the Rookards built what is now called the Rookard House. The Rookard House is located on ONSC's Old Farm Loop Trail. Marion felled timber on the property and hauled the logs to a local sawmill, where they were milled into lumber and used to build the house. When he built the house, Marion installed a marble floor on the front porch, having brought it in with a wagon. He also installed a 100-gallon water tank in the attic of the house and used a hydraulic ramp that he installed in a nearby spring to pump the water up the hill and into the tank. Not only that, but the house was wired for electric lights and a battery system. Kate Rookard had a niece, Lorene Yarborough, who was married to Lee Yarborough. They moved into a house that we now call the Yarborough House. The Yarboroughs didn't live there for long, having moved away after about a year. But their house is still standing, and you can find it on the Creekside Trail here at ONSC. Eventually, the Rookards sold their farm and moved to California. The property was purchased by Elmer Sievert, a doctor from Chicago, in 1953. At some point, the Rookard house was vandalized. Trespassers broke windows, and as a result, rain and moisture caused the floors to decay. The floor structure is now unsafe for entry by visitors to ONSC. Included among the artifacts that have been removed from the property over the years is the marble floor that once sat on the front porch. The original log house built by Mr. Martin has since collapsed. You can find the ruins along the Old Farm Loop Trail just uphill from the Rookard house. Later, Dr. L.D. Thomas of Springdale purchased the land that was eventually donated to the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission for use by the Ozark Natural Science Center. Today, this land is called Bear Hollow Natural Area. Beginning in 1989, a small group of folks, guided by Ken and Ruann Ewing of Rogers, started meeting to develop a concept for a residential field science education center located in the Arkansas Ozarks. These early planning sessions resulted in the formation of the Ozark Natural Science Center as a nonprofit environmental education and conference facility. In 1992, the center hosted its first residential field science education program, and the rest is history.
Hey, it's good to see you guys both here. So glad that you guys could make it out for this. We're glad we got to enjoy that first half hour of music, and you weren't here before, but there was so much before as well. It was great getting set up. That's a joy, I'll tell you the truth. We're Tater, Mater, and Squarsh, and this is our friend Dale sitting in his Okrie tonight. We sub in a friend now and then so that we can fulfill our duties. And this is Kevin. I'm Andrew, and we're glad to be with you tonight, both online and the live stream and in person. Boy, isn't it just a gift to see somebody's whole face these days? Yeah. So there are campfire songs and stories and songs about the Ozarks, and that's what we had in mind. We were going back to our own days around campfires, and we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off with these good old Ozark Mountains. Well, my home is in the Ozark Mountains. My home is in the Ozark Mountains. My home is in the Ozark Mountains. But I ain't going back there anymore. We steal quite a few songs, and if we can make it about someplace we like, we do that. So we have a couple like that tonight. This one, though, this is, I think of campfires, I go back to cowboys, and that's what's in my head. So this next one, I'm an old cowhand, back in the day, right? I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and my legs ain't full, and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm the cowboy who never saw a cow. I never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. I sure ain't fixing to start it now. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride before I learned to stand. I know every trail in the Lone Star State, and in the Lone Star State, that's right. I ride the range in a Ford V8. Yippee-i-oh. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yeah. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, we're all cowhands from the Rio Grande, and we go to town just to hear the band. We know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corral where the doggies go. We learn them all on the radio. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yeah. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and the West is wide all around that borderland, where the buffalo roam around the zoo, and the hill old folks roll a rug or two, and the old bar exits just a barbecue. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yeah. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, I'm a pioneer who began from scratch. I don't back an eye in a shooting match. They don't call me Andy, they call me Satch. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yeah. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, one more. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. We'll pass it over to Dale for this one.
Okay, for a minute. Man, this is a great place out here. If you haven't been out here, you just, well, it's still daylight for a few more hours. You can actually get out here right now and do everything out here. I mean, Bird Kelly down is singing about the birds especially, but look out here. We got the trees, we got walking sticks all over the place. You got ant that just will not leave me alone. And we got ticks. And we got, squirrels, raccoons, flowers, everything you could possibly want. But I have not mentioned, no one's mentioned the most underrated part, the most neglected thing that's all out here. Because nothing would be growing out here right now if it wasn't for dirt. So somebody has to sing about dirt. So that's what I'll do.
Thanks for taking one, Dale.
They took one look at me and said, we need somebody to sing a song about dirt. That guy will do it.
We just thought you'd do dirty songs.
This is a dirty song.
It is.
But it's the only dirty song we do.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're not done yet. Dirt is quiet, don't make noise. It's fun to play with, especially for boys. Girls don't much like it, that's okay. Boys don't like girls that much anyway. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Well, it may sound funny. It's okay to sing about dirt. You wanna play? Hurts just a little, it gets in your eyes. You put it in water, make mud pies. Babies will eat it, babies are dumb. They wet their diapers and suck on their thumbs. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Well, it may seem silly, don't really hurt. Sing a song about good old dirt. Do it again. Well, it don't cost a thing, 'cause it's everywhere. You can take it on home, no throw it and kick it. Don't even hurt. Kids' best friends just gotta be dirt, 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 good old dirt, 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 good old dirt. Well, it may seem silly, but it really don't hurt. Sit here and sing a song about dirt, 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 good old dirt. Oh, it's me again.
It is.
Yeah, there's just like tons of stuff around here. You can go swim, you can climb, you can dig up some, make a mud pie. You can do all kinds of stuff. Or one of the most important things you can do in a place like this, or in your backyard, or anywhere, is just find a shade tree and just sit there and just be. Like that. Probably that one. Huh?
That might be.
That'd be a good.
Good.
Okay, we're getting close. Tuning's overrated anyway.
You tuned that once, didn't you, Kevin?
That came from the factory tune.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Gonna sit right here under this tree. Sit right here under this tree. Just be, just be. Gonna lay in the shade here for a while. Just lay in the shade here for a while. If trouble comes to find me, I just lay back and smile. Don't sit right here under this tree. Sit right here under this tree. Just be, just be. Just listen to the song on the breeze. Just listen to the song on the breeze. It's just the universe of cottonwood trees. Don't sit right here under this tree. Sit right here under this tree. Just be, just be, just be, just be. Thank you. There you go. That's almost good.
It was working. All right. You and I both had the same experience getting here today. I got to have it a couple times because I cut out for a fried pie halfway through the afternoon. And that's another great thing to enjoy around there. Stimulate some of that local economy, but that's not what we're here to talk about, right? But that dirt road, I got thrown back and forth a little bit. Had to hang on to my Coca-Cola. Tossed me one side while I was in the middle of a drink. That's why I'm wearing the blue shirt now, not the brown one that I had.
I was worried about that. I was worried about that.
Not the brown one I had earlier. Anyway, loving that opportunity though. You hit that road and you know you're in for a slightly remote time. There's a bit of something to look forward to. I think there's a song about that. Not the Coca-Cola. Go ahead again. It's almost heaven, West Virginia. my Blue Ridge Mountains, my Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, going like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. The miner's lady, a stranger to the water, dark and dusty, painted on the skies, just a taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. A shout out to our dancers in the back. I'm loving that. I hear a voice in the morning out as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, oh, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home down country roads. All right. I saw some young ones singing along with that. That felt good. All right. Oh, I believe.
Back here?
Yeah, I believe so.
We're supposed to do 9 or 10 of them. Okay, now when you do go outside or when you come around this place, wherever like that, you got to watch out for ticks. We've learned a few things.
Going down the list.
You got to watch out for ticks. You got to watch out for all these other things and snakes too sometimes. But the very worst snake of them all, oh, it's just not even close.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a name for this. There's not a scientific name, so we couldn't make a thing like he did. So they haven't come up with a name like it because he's real sneaky. He's a real sneaky snake.
Maybe
That's what it's called, sneaky snake.
There's his name.
Boys and girls, take warning. You go by the lake, keep your eyes wide open. Watch for old sneaky snake. Maybe you won't see him, maybe you won't hear. While you're not looking, he's to drink all of your root beer. He's a sneaky snake goes dancing, wiggling and a hissing. Sneaky snake goes dancing, wiggling and a kissing. I don't like old sneaky snake, he laughs too much, you see. He goes crawling through the grass, tickles his underneath. Sneaky snake drinks root beer. It just makes me sick. When he's not out dancing, well, he looks just like a stick. He don't have any arms or legs, cannot see his hair. Just as soon as you're not looking, he'll steal all of your root beer. And I say, sneaky snake goes dancing, wiggling and hissing. giggling and kissing. I don't like old sneaky snake. He laughs too much, you see. He goes through the woods, his tickles his underneath. Yeah, he goes crawling through the grass, tickles his underneath.
Now, we're not trying to libel all snakes with that statement.
Oh,
We're being very specific. It's a narrow...
We're not profiling snakes.
Right,
No, we're
right.
not
It's
going to
a
profile
narrow
snakes.
group that would be considered sneaky snakes. I'm looking at the time. Do we have time for two more or just for the one?
Let's do our closing.
All right, I think it's, I think we
I
do.
talked to Donna earlier, and she knew we were going to do a song about a donkey.
I love this song.
She does a great impersonation of a donkey.
Now, as much as we'd like to raise that up, we have no idea if that's better than your impressions of a donkey. Can we give the audience an opportunity to do an impression of a donkey as well? Like mine goes like this. Hee-haw. What does yours sound like? Oh, heckles. All right, I get it. Can we hear yours again?
Where's the...
So your part falls in around here. Okay, some of you might not know. You might know. Excuse me. Some of you might know this Adiverse story that's called the Wonky Donkey. Oh yeah! I'm so glad we got one fan. All right. Now this one, it starts like this. It goes, I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. And here's your part. Hee-haw. And then everybody's got the noise there? Hee-haw, or whatever your version was. Yeah? All right. So, and we'll add a little bit each time, all right? So let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Ready? I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. He only had 3 legs. Yeah. He was a wonky donkey. A wonky donkey, yeah. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. Oh, it's getting better each verse. He was a, oh no, let's see. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. That's what they needed to know. Yeah. He was a winky wonky donkey. A winky wonky donkey. A winky wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. Oh, it's just sweet. All right. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye, but he liked to listen to campfire music. Yeah.
Campfire.
Oh, yeah. He was a honky-tonky winky wonky donkey. A honky-tonky winky wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye, and he liked to listen to campfire music, and he was quite tall and slim.
Tall.
Yeah, tall for a donkey.
For a donkey,
Yeah, for
okay.
a donkey. Let's see. He was a lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. A lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. Ooh, there's some vibrato on the donkey there. Yeah. All right, so he only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He liked to listen to campfire music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelled very badly. Yeah, that was the right response right there. Ooh, ah. He was a stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. A stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Ooh, nice. See, he only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He liked to listen to campfire music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelled very badly. And that morning he got up early, but he hadn't had his coffee yet. I know. Also the right response. Okay. He was a cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. A cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was quite tall and he liked to listen to campfire music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled very badly. That morning he got up and he hadn't had any coffee, and he was always up to mischief.
We talked about mischief before.
I know. It has nothing to do with dynamite, though.
Oh, okay.
This is more like stealing people's clothes off the clothesline. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what he did with them after that. And he was a hanky panky stink cranky, hanky panky cranky stinky dinky lanky honky tonky winky wonky donkey. A hanky panky cranky stinky dinky lanky honky tonky winky wonky donkey. Woo!
Wait.
We're in the middle.
How long is this going to go?
How long do you think a donkey could go?
I don't know. How far can a donkey
It was a long road, maybe several miles.
Like how many miles?
500.
500 miles?
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And when I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. When I'm working, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I pass almost every penny on to you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks the 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Well, if I'm going old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who grows along with you. And if I'm hiking, oh yeah, well, I know I'm gonna be the man that hikes next to you. If I make mud pies, well, I know I'm gonna be the one who's serving them to you. Oh, yeah. And if we're picking ticks, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's doing the tick check with you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks that 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. One more. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks that 1,000 miles to show up at your door and serve you a pie. That wraps it up for us. Thanks again for being here, but also for being online and for your support for a fine place like Ozark Natural Science Center that thinks of what you need and what they can help you do to help everybody else. So thanks. All right.
Thank you so much to the bands, and thank you all for joining us. Please learn more about Ozark Natural Science Center at our website, ONSC.us, where you can learn more about our virtual programs that we're offering right now while schools are shut down. And you can learn how to donate to us if you'd like to support us. Join us on Facebook as well, or Twitter. Thank you all.